fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready! 58 to Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Check Mike. Slam. The ball. Set up.
On first down, Hayward. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Man up, D. Check 43.
Out of the pistol, it's back. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Hayward, he's going to air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. This is back. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over.
Here we go. Set. And Lobo. Here we go. Double time. 4 down. Check.
This is the Oklahoma State run. Chris Carson able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Abraham. The man has got it. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
60 outlaw. Fight.
On 1st down, Carson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 1st down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Big Griffin.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Well, he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
54 Mike.
Danny. Check. Protein spill. Shoot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Abraham. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them in contract.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Watch the out.
Hey.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. After 7-0 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Now again, right side. Rivers. And he's taken down inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
On first and 10, Abraham. That's complete to his receiver, Gadwell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Go! 15 Lions. 15 Lions.
Defense.
On first down, Rivers. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They come out here in the eye.
59. Oh, here we go.
They'll run with Bowman. And he will push his way forward down to about the 40-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple of fourths and third down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got you.
To throw again. Hayward. And his throw is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Back to you.
They'll try to right side the ball. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Let's go!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Line of scrimmage in the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Down. 18 Gator.
Twist.
Go.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Abraham. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
So it looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Over the middle. Saunders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now on 3rd down, they'll look to throw. But he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in a point, but you're down 21-0. We're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
All told, it's an even 30 on a first down. That right there, good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on third and 5, third and 6, third and 7 or more, because that's how you end up converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Blue down.
Throwing again. Hayward. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing the second one as a result. You got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the hook.
Get it.
Throwing on first down. Abraham. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball
Ready.
arrived, and that ensured
60
an incomplete
Pittsburgh.
pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Watch the screen.
Hit it.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check General West. Ready. Snap.
They'll run him in out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's the score.
A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
That's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's do it!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Mike 54.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
On second down, Benjamin. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Mike 59, Mike the 59. Here we go, Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, check.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 59, Mike 59.
Go.
To throw on third down. Abraham. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Lockett. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the play. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure he would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator dialing that one up into great success?
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Hey, look.
On first down, Hayward. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Kill.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go, let's go.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Tight down. There you go.
From the gun, Hayward. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Ashawn Robinson, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Five.
On 1st and 10, Abraham firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Out from the shadows of their goal line. Here's 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to commit a lot of tackles.
Back to throw. Abraham. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
This is Carson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Check, 59. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Shoot.
Carry here for the fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Time to go, night.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Abraham. Left side here. That's complete to Godwin. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Hit it.
On 1st down, Rivers. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check 23. 218, chop it.
Operating for the guy, Abraham. They'll find Galladay. That's complete. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Ready, set.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Double time. 3 down, 3 down.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ready, break.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down, 3 down.
5.
And they take a knee.
Ready, ready.
59. Mike's 59. Exit, exit.
Set, go.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee.
Let's go, boys. Let's
So
go.
we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule, but if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Watch tight end.
They're
Watch
looking at
tight end,
2nd
tight
down
end
now
right.
as they
Tight end
search for a consolation score. Again, it's Bell. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, no, you just got a whole lot of that.
He is a well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Michelle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
That's where you belong.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Detroit, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.